Hello, hello, hello. Just making sure the audio sounds good. I think we should be okay. Sorry for being late. I had a meeting that ran way over, way over. Um, we are here now. Um, so I said yesterday that we would look at some of the tools that I saw yesterday that people were talking about. I think it was like createanything.com. I looked into it a little bit. Some people were saying it was a scam. I don't know. I have to look more into that. And into Bolt. But I'm specifically trying to find online tools that actually build apps as opposed to websites. A lot of people have been using the word interchangeably. Um, and I think that there's like a maybe one time I would explain like the difference between like a mobile app versus a web app versus a website. Like like all the different things. Um, because sometimes they are kind of confusing. But I decided to just look at more stuff. I think originally we did Instagram. Then yesterday we did TikTok, and I think today we could do like YouTube Shorts, and then see what kind of memes we have here. Never used YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts. I was like taking a couple minutes to like navigate YouTube. So we'll look at some of the relevant ones, some of the popular ones, and then yeah, we'll give ratings and explain stuff on the way. And yeah, we'll just do that for about an hour. Okay, first video, Vibe Coding 101, beginner friendly.
This is Vibe Coding 101. I'm gonna walk you through how to build anything like this flower composer I built with zero code inspired by audio arrangements I made. Step 1, shaping the idea. I asked Claude to help me build a project brief. I dropped in some inspo, some
So this is already really good. Plan before you code. Plan. You would never cut twice, measure once. So plan um, as much as you can. We could put that on a t-shirt. Um, give me one. So okay. Yeah, sorry, my audio jumped around a little bit. Um, so yes, this is already a good start. Um, plan, as much as you can. Put it on a t-shirt. I like that she asked the tool for help with the plan and then also dropping inspiration. So it could be, yeah, random pictures. It seems like she just has like random flower pictures. Maybe she has like a design or something. Um, Even if you like reference like other websites, just something that it can go off of. Otherwise, it'll just try to make its best guess. It will not say it will not quit. Like it will try to make as many guesses, even when maybe sometimes you would want it to stop and ask you something. So it's always good to make a plan. Always good to drop in some inspiration. Um, and like picture again, like people, it is you could really treat this as like a coding assistant, like an actual person. And sometimes like with explaining things, it's like harder to do than just dropping a picture. Like, people say like a picture's worth 1,000 words. I think you could even drop videos. So if a picture's worth 1,000, then what? Like a video's worth 1,000,000, something like that. Um, so yeah, so this is already a good start.
sketches, loose thoughts. Step 2, build the idea. Using that project brief, I asked Claude to build the first version of the app. This part always feels
Uh, she kind of skipped. I guess like the beginning part was when she was planning was creating the project brief, and then from there, kind of like what we've done with like a booking site, they'll come up with a little plan, and then you could use that plan to like actually write code.
a bit like magic to me. Step 3, making it mine. The first version, functional, but not quite there yet. So I asked Claude to help me brainstorm different layouts. It came up with 3 different directions I could try, so I can see which menu felt the best. Step 4, the details.
So that's good. Like again, even if you try to come up with like a good plan from the beginning, it's still not might get every detail right. So like after you plan, I guess like the next step is like iterate. Like get the next version, get the next version, get the next version, get the next versions until you can still like talk to it and go back and forth. So maybe you make a couple tweaks, or maybe you generate a whole other plan. Maybe you just want a V2, and then you kind of do that. Um, you make updates that way in like little batches, or you could do little details. So I think yeah, after that, like definitely don't feel like you just have to start over or something like that. You could always tweak.
I swapped the placeholder emojis from my own flower drawings and asked Claude which features I should prioritize, like rotation, scaling, layer control. And I can't believe I did that in an hour. Let me know if you have any questions. This is
It's crazy. I mean, I totally believe that she did this in an hour. Um, and yeah, and I guess like this that last step is just, again, putting more iterations, more changes, more tweaks. She did use Claude Code on the web, which you could definitely do. Um, like all these other tools like Lovable and Bolt to build stuff, but I'm trying to find like the holy grail of like actually building apps, and I feel like you can't use any of these web tools, but I'm willing to be surprised. But this was a really good tutorial. It was really simple. She emphasized planning. It was like one tool. Um, she emphasized iteration. So I give this like a nine ish. I wish she showed like what her product brief kind of looked like, even if she like scrolled really fast. Or like mentioned like what kind of things are key in there. But overall it was really good. I could hit back, but I kind of want to hit this down arrow, see what this does. Oh, recommendations are off.
this is Vibe Coding 101.
All right, well, or we go back. We go back. Um, Shorts. Um, what is vibe coding? We know what vibe coding is. Coding with no code. Ranking vibe coding tools from beginner to advanced. I feel like that's kind of what I'm doing. So let's see what she's
AI
talking about.
YouTuber ranks vibe coding tools from 1 to 10. 1 is beginner and 10 is advanced. Bolt,
2,
Fair,
Lovable,
1,
fair.
V0,
2,
Like a little bit
Replit,
more.
4,
Never used
Firebase
it.
Studio,
6,
Never used it.
Windsurf,
7,
Yeah,
Cursor,
8,
yeah.
Claude Code.
9.
Hell,
AI
yeah.
YouTuber ranks vibe coding tools from 1 to 10.
I mean, I think that's pretty accurate. I didn't use some of the tools, but just based on how she rated the tools I am familiar with, I feel I kind of will give her a little leeway on how she rated the tools I haven't used. I've never heard of Firebase Studio. It's probably like a Google product. Um, so yeah, so yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, and then there's even more tools than what she mentioned. But definitely start off on like the easier ones, like Lovable or something like that. Did she mention
10.
Bolt?
1 is beginner and 10 is advanced. Bolt,
2,
Okay, so I definitely need to try Bolt because apparently that one can make iOS apps like Apple apps and Android apps. So yeah, I'm gonna try to check that out. Not bad. It wasn't a tutorial, so I feel bad giving it a rating, but I think it was pretty good. It was pretty good. What is what is it like to vibe code? I'm personally curious about this. This is not a tutorial, but I want to know. I want to know what she's talking about. I like this title.
People still don't know which AI vibe coding tool they should use. What if you want to build a web app? What if you want to build a mobile app? What if you have zero background whatsoever? This video will
So a web app is like almost like a website that runs like an actual app that you would download from an app store. At least that's how I use that word. Again, I get kind of confused on how people use this word. I feel like all these you just use it interchangeably. But an app from the app store is a mobile app, and then a web app from again how I use it is a website that runs like an app on your phone. And it's I don't know. I feel like it's like one of those things you just got to see it for it to make sense. So maybe I'll do like a demo one day. But so far so good.
answer that question in a very simple way. But first, hit follow and save this video. If you have an idea but absolutely zero technical experience whatsoever, you don't even know what a database is, start with Base 44 because it's an AI vibe coding tool that includes authentication, your database, and hosting / deployment all in one. So you don't.
So we did do this a little bit with Lovable 2. Uh it like handled like setting up a database. Like they have like this whole ecosystem where you just kind of could just click. I haven't used Base 44, but that's like another very popular tool. I put it on like the same tier as like Lovable, Bolt, Base 44, like all these kind of like vibe coding tools. Um, so that makes sense. So, but again, like I would just try all of them. Maybe I'll just like come up with like a list.
Don't have to sign up for other separate services to actually get your app launched. It works.
Again, it's weird that she's using app when she's meaning a website because she just talked about a website. So, so I don't know. App is short for application. So I guess you could have a web application. Like I guess there's different types of applications. But again, I guess in my brain, like app is always meant like something that you would get from the app store. Let's continue.
For simpler types of websites, the next level would be lovable.dev, but you have to connect it to a database like Supabase. If you're building a mobile app for the first time, use
So I don't remember if we had to use Supabase, which is again it's like a place where you could store your data. I don't remember if when we used Lovable that we would had to do that. I thought it just hooked it all up, but maybe I'm remembering wrong.
bolt.new because it integrates with Expo, so you can build a React Native cross-platform.
Ah, okay. So then that makes sense. Um, on how Bolt people say Bolt can build apps because it's using this technology called React Native, which I might. I mean, React Native is essentially using uh, it's so advanced. Um, how would I describe this? Um, but React Native is essentially this technology that essentially rebuilds apps instead of using like the buttons and text and stuff that Apple and Google gives you. They essentially rebuilds it all using like website technologies. So people who usually make websites can make apps, but it's like using familiar technology that they're used to. So that makes sense of like how Bolt would be able, because again, tools are all these tools are like very website based. Like they're really good at making websites, but again, like making mobile apps is just like a different beast. So I guess this is how they like bridge the gap.
For a mobile app for iOS and Android, and you can submit this to the App Store. People still don't know.
So I learned a little bit of something. So yeah, I guess like that's how Bolt does their thing. So I definitely want to check that out. Um, yeah, so I'll explore on my own time. Like, or maybe we could do it on the next stream tomorrow. I keep saying that, and then I just start reacting to more shorts. Uh, so I think that was good. That was good. Uh, okay, this is. Teach me how to make 10K a month in 35 seconds. Let's do it.
Let's talk about how you build these products. What's your step-by-step process to go from 0 to 1 with a new idea?
So my process is actually pure chaos. I basically jump into my code editor.
Which is essentially like Microsoft Word, but for code.
I bring up ChatGPT or something similar, and I just start asking how I should go about building the thing. And in terms of landing page, I have just used like a boilerplate, and I have made very small improvements. I'd go back and edit one section at a time usually, and just make it a little bit better week over week.
That wasn't step by step of anything. How do you make How do you make 10K a month from that? Oh no, not like this. Oh, that gave me a whole lot of nothing. It's like, okay, go on ChatGPT and then do something. I'm like, all right, well, I got that far. I got the ChatGPT. Where's the 10K? Oh man, yeah, I give that a 0. 0. 0. What else we got? Vibe coding with AI in 2025.
Make a multiplayer flight simulator that's going to make me rich. See, this is all just hype. Engineers are not going anywhere. You can't just one-shot a flight simulator. It's magic. Engineers are going away soon. Now make the planes blue. Ah, no, make it realistic like before. More realistic. More realistic. More realistic. Make a multiplayer flight simulator.
That is, yeah, that's pretty accurate. Sometimes these AIs will go off the rails and literally break everything. That's why, again, like AIs will be really strong in engineers' hands because, listen, I don't need help breaking stuff. I can break stuff on my own. So you kind of already know like a lot of these pitfalls when coding to make sure you don't end up in a situation like that. But that was not what I was thinking. Okay, I hate I have to keep clicking shorts. Um, I just need to start using. Okay, now we got something. Top 5 vibe coding tools for beginners. Let's do it.
If you want to build your own SaaS business, provide a service to companies.
So SaaS is software as a service. So what's an example? So it's like a piece of software that like does something for you that you use like over time. Um, oh man, why am I blanking on? So like I think like something like Netflix, like anything you would really pay a subscription for is kind of like a SaaS product. At least that's how I understand it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Creating lead gen tools, web apps, landing pages, create mobile apps, but you have no coding skills whatsoever. These are the best 5 options in the industry right now. Tempo.new, Bolt.new.
Never heard of Tempo. It's like there's new tools every day. I really do need to start using some of these tools and like vet them and like on actually how good they are and actually come with like a short list because I feel like there's just new tools coming up. But we heard of Bolt. Might actually try Bolt.
Lovable.dev.
We know Lovable. Okay, we tried that.
Replit.com
Another popular one.
and databutton.com.
Never heard of that one. Wow. Is she going to explain why? Who knows?
This is where you start. Don't worry yourself too much about the cursors and the Claude codes and whatnot. If you have zero knowledge, these are where you start. If you want to...
Yeah, very fair. And I think like another thing that's like really positive about using like Lovable and stuff is like they do integrate with other things that you kind of have to worry about, like how are users going to log in, how are you going to save their data. With like Cloud Code, you kind of have to, even if you use like the website, you're gonna have to roll your own thing, and that's just like a lot of stuff if you don't know anything about coding or really building websites, it's like, yeah, your eyes are gonna roll. Um, Not bad. I guess yeah. There's just so many new tools. Um, it's kind of hard to know why is one better than you might be better off just going to ChatGPT and just saying like, hey, which one should I start? This is where I'm at. And I feel like this was like 8 months ago. There's probably another five tools that are better than that have just came out. Or um, yeah, it feels like every month there's like new stuff. Hard to keep up with. How vibe coding built $100,000 a month SaaS product in 7 months. Okay, you're gonna tell me in 52 seconds. Let's go.
This guy just built a $100,000 per month AI startup by pure vibe coding. Meet Albert Olgard. Last December, he bought a course called Code Fast by Mark Lu, a serial solopreneur himself. Learned just enough to hack together an MVP and launched BuildMyAgent.io, a no-code platform to build and sell AI agents. His first customer came from posting in school, an online platform for community-led courses and discussions. After that, he went all in on marketing. Grew his Instagram to 200,000 followers. Built a free school community of 95,000 members. By February, customers started paying. By April, hired developers. By July, his SaaS was doing $100,000 plus MRR. And all this started with a $169 course and 1 weekend project. People think you need funding or a CS degree to make money with AI. But sometimes all you need is curiosity, a few prompts, and the guts to build. Follow Builder Central for more stories like this. This guy just built.
Okay, so if this is not just Instagram malarkey, then I feel like the best takeaway is just having a really good idea, like having a really good idea that's like fleshed out into a product that works, and um being able to market it. Like he did a lot of stuff, like he spoke at this school thing and created this like community and got his Instagram up. However he got his Instagram up, I don't know how. Maybe he just, you know, yeah, I don't know. I'm still figuring out the whole social influencing thing. But yeah, like I think you just need a really good idea, know what you're kind of like building, what problem you're solving, and then you just have to like find the people who will buy it, which is like all marketing. Um, yeah, and I do like that they mentioned that eventually he did get developers after he built, and I think that's like the best thing. Build the thing on your own and just try to make it as simple as possible and have it uh and start marketing it. As long as it works, it's not terrible and it really helps people. Cause like I mean, buying and selling agents, that might be the new market now. I might be interested in building my, Alvin bot and selling it to other people. Because, having me build an app for somebody would be really expensive. So having a bot that would be able to do it the way I would do it, might be more achievable for more people. So it's a really good idea. Um, and I was honestly looking at a platform like this because I was really thinking about building an agent for people and having them use it, kind of like a startup in a box. So yeah, he didn't need a CS degree. He just eventually hired developers afterwards, and so yeah, I mean it's a cool story. But again, it's a lot of execution. It's not just the idea. He did a lot of stuff after you had the idea, which is just, being an entrepreneur. If it's all real, that's it. So, there's real life and then there's Instagram. Um, um, let's see what else we got. I don't need vibe coding explain. A beginner's guide. What is this? 1 minute. Teach me a new skill in 1 minute. Let's go.
And so today we're going to be doing a full in-depth guide on how to get started vibe coding. What
I love how you said in-depth guide, but it's only a minute. Okay, let's do it.
tools you need, what vocab you need to learn, things like run locally, database, authentication, code base. These are all just vocab terms you need to give to Composer every once in a while. I have been doing this for the past 6 months straight. It's incredibly addicting, so beware. Once you get to your aha moment and you see that AI can kind of build whatever idea you have in your brain, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I never want to stop doing this. That's just going to happen. I am sorry, because we're about to vibe code. So let's just dive straight into it, huh? Okay, vibe coding. There's 2 tools that you need to get started. The first one is, of course, Cursor. And Cursor is going to generate the code. It's going to edit the code. It's going to do everything. And within Cursor, we have Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is still the best AI model right now for coding. And so today we're going to...
So this didn't really, I guess you have to look up the other parts. I think it's not really a great beginner's guide. You talked about a lot of jargon and then just start jumping into it. Like, what is a model? Um, uh, what did he say? There is, and this is the point where I do want to get people. There is like an aha moment, and I had this like maybe like a couple months ago with an AI with these AIs. Is there is like once you like figure out um how to ask it things and have it build the way that you want to, and like you really don't have to learn how to code, but like you know you can speak to it, like literally speak to it, like using a microphone. You be able to, like, once you're able to speak to it, say the right things, and have it output what you want, and then just, and then you, other people are like, are able to like use it, like whatever it's a website or an app. That's when it's like, oh man, like, I literally, all I really need to do is just think of different ideas and have it just appear right in front of me. It's like imagine if a house just appeared in front of you, like your idea for a house, and it just appeared right in front of you, and like you could walk through it. Like once you get into that point, yeah, the world is yours. And I think a lot of the times, like my job as a software engineer, like obviously I know need to know how to code, but like the other half of my job is really talking to people and translating what they want into code. So that part of the job, excuse me, that part of the job is almost is done. Like, or that part is like still like kind of finicky. Like actually the actual writing of the code they can do, but what code to write and how to like take people's ideas and requirements and um bringing it to code is kind of like something that is the skill that people need to learn. That we'll probably get into um soon. So I do think like yes, like once you can start printing out apps, it's gonna that's kind of the point where I'm at. Um, and I think that is definitely the addicting part. So not really a great beginner's guide. Oh, I should that's like a 5, 4. Definitely he cut it up into parts, but the intro wasn't doing any favors. Let's see. Trying to figure out. Um, Definitely did not teach me a new skill in 1 minute. The vibe coding starter kit in 1 minute and 3 seconds. Let's do it.
Here is the Vibe Coding Starter Kit that you didn't know you needed. The first thing you need is a list of features and a tech stack, because as powerful as these AI...
List of features definitely good. Tech stack is just like the list of technologies that you need. Um, you could just let the AIs just guess at that, especially at the beginning, if you're just trying to like get an app in your hands. Um, so yeah, a list of features is definitely good, but a plan is better on how to implement those features. But so that's again just speaking into like what you're trying to build, where you're at in terms of your coding experience, if you have any at all. And just like having it generate a plan and going back and forth with that plan is going to be way better than just I have all these features because like why do you have all these features?
Agents are, they can't read your mind. Not yet, anyway. Go to your favorite LLM and ask for
So LLM is like an AI, sort of.
a bulleted list of concise MVP features together with a suggestion.
So MVP is most minimum viable product. So minimum, like the smallest amount that you need. Viable is really like making an app that like makes money or that people can use. And the product is like an app. Like an app is a product, is a digital product. So it's like asking you for the list of features. But like even for it to generate the list of features, you need to be really exact on like, you know, what is like the whole point of the app, who's it for, like again what you're trying to accomplish. Otherwise you mean it's gonna guess at like the features as much as anything else. So I think there's like a step before this that you have to really think about of like why are you building this app.
For the tech stack. I know there are a lot of videos out there that just take a screenshot of a popular app like Airbnb or Uber and ask the agent to recreate it. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't build a Facebook for dogs from the get-go. Okay, it's gonna be very expensive because or if you use a free account, like it's gonna build one screen and then you're gonna use up your allotment for the free account. Or it's gonna be very expensive to build. It's still cheaper than if an engineer built it, but you're spending hundreds of dollars for your dog book. Yeah, it's just, and it might not even actually do the thing that you want. It might not even be useful to you or for other people. So there's please don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that only builds out an unscalable front end for mock data. The next
Yeah, that was like a lot of word salad, but essentially it's just going to be something, probably something unusable, like unusable.
thing in your utility belt is going to be Cursor. Go into
So Cursor is like one of the, it's like kind of like Claude Code. Um, it's like another one of these coding tools that you kind of have to download their app onto your computer and use it. I guess it's like a little bit more advanced. So like I wouldn't do this straight away. I would use like a Bolt or a Lovable or one of these browser tools.
into the Composer tab, pick Agent Mode, and paste in your one-liner idea, the feature set, and the tech stack. Then sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Couple of pointers, pick a tech stack that you're comfortable with because you do have to help with the debugging. Get
Yeah, if you're worried about tech stack and debugging, you are not a beginner. Um, this is not really a starter kit. It's just like, hey, just use this one tool and just give it a good prompt, which is like kind of like the recurring advice is like, hey, pick a tool, give it a good prompt, and like really just focusing on the prompting and saying the right things in order for the tool to build the right thing. Yeah, if you have to debug, like you just have to you have to learn how to code then, which is like that's a whole degree.
a low brain power activity while all of this is happening, for example, applying to jobs, reading your emails, etc. But do try to follow Cursor's output, at least at a high level. Don't just blindly apply away because you can learn a lot from Cursor's line of reasoning. Compile and validate often. There's going to be a lot of debugging because
Uh, yeah, you do want to check if it's working as it goes. Um, Again, I think this is like really geared towards like people who already kind of that already know how to code. So someone like me, and I'm like trying to get into AI as opposed to someone who's a beginner. But you do need to check its work. You do you want to check the website and see if it's actually building the right thing or the app. Um, but at least at the beginning, like you could see the output to see how what it's thinking, and you could ask it like, "Hey, why are you thinking this way?" You could literally talk to it. It's not like a robot, like a conventional robot where you know it doesn't understand English. You could ask it what it's doing and why it's doing it, even while it's like building.
no system is perfect. Here is the
I give that a 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year's. Yeah, like down to lower end. I don't know if this is, again, like this might be for like people who are coders as opposed to people who are like literally they don't know how to code, but they have a cool idea for an app. Oh man, I don't like how I have to keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Okay. Why vibe coding is not. Ooh, these are not. I feel like the memes are best on TikTok after taking the tour. Oh, this is sponsored. Okay, I want to just click on this one just because it's actually building a mobile app. Um, so show me how to build a mobile app in 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's go.
Welcome to my TV show. We are vibe coding an iPhone app and an iPad app. This is part 1. So in the vibe code app, if you're logged in on iPhone and iPad, they are perfectly in sync by default. So if we want to edit the app, all we do is pinch, and now we can just speak whatever changes we want to make. Notice here that the iPhone looks pretty good. This view right here, right? This is a little.
It does look good. I mean, it's just text and an image. It's nothing complicated, but the fact that you could do it on your phone and speak to it, like I'm wondering what this tool is.
Character that I created. I think it's down here. There he is. Notice how this just looks better on phone compared to iPad. We can actually change that. So right now, the iPhone view looks really good, but I'm looking at it on iPad and it's just way too wide, right? Like it just doesn't look good wide. Can you please?
That is a very fair statement. I'm wondering how he's going to solve it or how he's going to have the AI solve it.
Fix that. Okay, so we're just going to enter this prompt right here. And notice, and we open the chat, we should see them in perfect sync. So Claude Code is smart enough to know that it needs to create a map.
So it's using Claude Code, tool that I use, but this is a different mode. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this works.
With wrapper component to constrain content width on iPad, which is really cool. And we're going to see it update right here. Your app is ready. Let's take a look. Boom, look at that. So it is much more centered on the iPad. And
you're essentially just built the iPhone app, but put it on iPad. You didn't really change the elements or the layouts around to make use for the, you know, for the space. I don't know. I mean, maybe he's not a designer, but definitely not that great.
And now it looks good.
It's still cool that it made the changes though. Again, like you didn't have to look at any code or know anything about tech stack or things like that. So again, I'm still curious on what this tool is.
And it was completely unchanged on the iPhone. And what's cool is here is we can actually just pinch on the iPad. Notice how it's getting cut off here. What we can do is we can just press this button right here. This will insert this screenshot. See that screenshot? Just make these changes on the iPad because the iPhone is good, but notice how the image is getting cut off. Make it taller and actually make this icon much bigger. And so the agent is very likely to understand exactly what you want here, but if you want to just make sure, you can press select and you can actually directly select it and hit done, and you can reference it.
That's pretty cool. I've only seen that kind of stuff for websites. Like when you're editing websites, you could like drag and drop, like, you know, select the whatever thing in the website, edit it directly and stuff like that. So this is pretty cool. I wonder if this is like Bolt or something like that. Maybe that's what it is.
Exactly. So you know for a fact the agent will know exactly what component you're talking about. So we'll just fire off this prompt here. And again, these stay completely synced automatically. All right, it says your app is ready. We can open this up and you can see it's no longer being cut off and it's much larger. If we go to the iPhone app, we can see that it's remained unchanged. And so there we go. And so that's vibe coding an iPhone app and iPad app part 1. We'll dive deeper in the next video.
I mean, that's a pretty cool tutorial. I want to know what this tool is. People say it. I'm just trying to figure out what tool this is. A lot of engineers are upset that people can just build stuff without understanding what they're building. Uh, what tool is this? Man, this is literally what I need right now. I put a designer in front of this thing, and we're just gonna start printing out apps. Um, does he say it in the beginning and I missed it?
Welcome to my TV show. We are vibe coding an iPhone app and an iPad app. This is part 1. So in the vibe code app, if you're logged in on iPhone and iPad, they are perfectly
In the vibe code app. All right, maybe I just have to. All right, we're clicking on his thing. Uh, does he have a link? Oh, here it is. Okay, don't do anything crazy. The vibe code builds websites with vibe code. Oh, so this is like websites. All right, I'm gonna try to look into this a little bit. But we got a show. Uh, we got a show to do. But I will look into this. This might be the best app thing that I've seen in a while. If it is like, I don't know. Again, there's real life and there's Instagram. That's like the closest thing that I saw to like a really neat. I wonder if it can upload to the App Store and stuff like that from your phone, because then that would be the whole entire thing right there. Um, you don't have to keep scrolling. I might just do. Yeah, I think I know what I'm gonna do now. I think I know what I'm doing. Okay, so there's this guy. Um, these are not really beginner tutorials that I was trying to keep the building mobile apps. Now I'm curious again. Uh, oh, that is none of that was vibe coding. I was deceived. I was deceived. Um, see, I just opened in another tab, and then now we kept our place here. I don't have to waste time. I think we'll do like 15 more minutes. I think I started at 6:50, so we'll go to 7:50. Um, what is vibe coding? These are not not things that I'm looking for. Not things that I'm looking for. Emerging was another one that I heard of as another vibe coding tool, but I haven't really heard a lot of buzz about it. Maybe they don't have as big of a marketing budget. Um, yeah, maybe, yeah. TikTok was more interesting. Yeah, kind of seems like it. I mean, everyone is on TikTok. But I wanted to give YouTube Shorts their shot. Um, okay. This AI vibe coding platform just killed Bolt and Lovable. I mean, those are beginner tools, so I'm interested. Show me who it is in 25 seconds.
This vibe coding platform just killed Bolt, Lovable, or any vibe coding platform you're using right now. Why? Because
Wow.
it literally builds the entire backend from scratch. You don't need to connect to Supabase, Firebase, or any third-party platform anymore. Just go to this website, describe your app idea, and it will literally build everything. Data structures, user auth registrations form, and even the API endpoints. It's the true no-code vibe coding platform. You need to try it yourself. Comment vibe and I'll share the link with you. This vibe coding platform just killed Bolt,
You're not
Lovable,
even
or
gonna
any
say
vibe
what the
coding
thing
platform you're
is?
using right now.
You're not gonna tell us what the tool is? You have to click, have to comment? It's probably not that good. One thing that one thing that people talk about is that there's like an AI bubble. Yeah, free engagement. Yeah, like, all right, you already had me watch the video. Now you want me to comment? There's 114 comments. Oh, and he doesn't send it. Oh, it's base 44. Free engagement. Should I start doing this? Fuck. It's kind of corny in my mind. Um, I do feel like people are saying that there's an AI bubble and it's gonna pop and but I feel like even when like websites started to become a thing in like the early 2000s, there was a bunch of websites and we didn't know which websites were gonna, was MySpace gonna beat Facebook? Who knows? We all know how that story ended. And I feel like with like all of these AI coding tools, it's kind of like the same thing. Like there's gonna be like dozens and dozens of AI coding tools or just like AI tools in general that they all do the same thing, but a little bit different. You pay a little bit different. And then eventually one is just gonna eat up all the other ones. And then we're gonna have like maybe like four or five big uh like AI tools that we'll use. Like, right? Like with social media, like there's so many social media websites, but like, there's like people know like the same like five, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, but there was like so many. Who remembers Tumblr? I think Tumblr is still a thing, but yeah, like there's like um all these other tools that are popping out like every month it feels like. Um and I think that a lot of that is gonna I don't think AI itself is gonna collapse. Like I think there's gonna be AI tools. Um there's gonna be AI tools like from now on, like everything is gonna be all AI driven. Let's see what's popular. It's all gonna be AI driven. So yeah, but the tools are definitely gonna like collapse for sure. And companies are gonna go under. A lot of companies are gonna go under. So we'll see like who wins out. Oh, that's a sponsor. We're not sponsoring. I tried going for popular to see what's popular. Um, this is like a specific tool. It's 4 months ago. Oh no, about that. Vibe coding fundamentals in 33 minutes. We don't got time for that. Um, yeah, this seems pretty dry. YouTube, you disappoint me. Cursor, wait, can I not filter for shorts? Shorts. Give me popular shorts. Um, none of these are relevant. No bueno, no bueno. It's getting dark out. Should turn the light on, but we're finishing up anyways. I mean, if we're done here, we're done here. No sense in dragging it out. Um, yeah, yeah. Let's just call it here. Again, sorry I'm late. Definitely gonna be on time for tomorrow. Um, like the stream, follow the channel. Um, to see. I want to do more like tutorials and demos and walkthroughs and answer people's questions. So yeah, definitely follow. Um, I'm also on TikTok, same name, Alvin Makes Apps, Facebook, and TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So follow me there as well if you want me to go live. If you want me to go live there, and yeah, appreciate it. See y'all tomorrow.